Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes, and this video is entitled Constructive or Destructive. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a way of thinking that you can either live in heaven, create the life you want, make lots of money, have the relationships that you want, and create beauty everywhere. You know, heaven's a beautiful place. See, it's made by creators. And creators think in constructive thought patterns. Destructive thought patterns sound like this. What the person's searching for is what's wrong. They're looking for problems. The belief is if you find the problem, then you have the answer. No, you don't. You just have problems. And the thing is, if that's all the mind focuses on, because it can only focus on one thing. The only thing you'll find in life are problems. And if you can't find one, you'll make one. That's called drama. And you're not a lot of fun to be in a relationship with. See, you can look in the mirror at yourself, and you know what you'll see? Not what's beautiful about you, but what's wrong with you. And you keep looking and looking until you find it. And if you can't find it, you'll make something up about yourself. Because the only thing you're looking for is what's wrong. And if you find what's wrong, you found a problem. Like you get paid for that. No, you don't. That's not the highest paid people in the world are creators. They imagine things. They create beautiful things that then someone wants to buy. See, I have a new idea about creating a beautiful new car called maybe a Tesla. Someone created it. A creator created it. They imagined what they wanted to create. And then people buy it. If it's a beautiful creation, if that's what they want. The only thing that destructive thinking, see, destruct. If you buy, let's suppose I built a Tesla. The only thing the people looking for what's wrong is they're going to look at the car and deconstruct it, pull it apart, and they're trying to figure out how did they create that? How does this work? It's called analysis. And what people do who analyze, they tend to be in fear all the time and be depressed and be sad. It's called analysis paralysis. It's a function of the amygdala. The theory is if you just analyze something enough, analyze it enough, analyze it enough, analyze it enough, then you'll be safe. See, there's no money in finding problems. The money is in creating solutions. You can't have your mind focus on what's wrong versus focus on what's right. Focusing on what's wrong, people are drowning. People are drowning. See, if you focus on drowning, that's not a solution. Focusing on swimming is a solution. See, the only thing people can do who live in the world of looking for what's wrong is they just find problems. And if you date one of them, if it may start out great, but not long, they're going to find out what's wrong with you. And they're going to have a lot of complaints about you. Then they're going to try to fix you. And if you do 100,000 things that are wonderful for them and love them dearly, they won't remember that because they're not looking for what you did right or what you did that was beautiful or what you did that was lovely. They're only looking for what's wrong. And if nothing's wrong right now, give it time. They'll create a problem that doesn't exist. Destructive thinking. Analyze, label, judgments, labeling, analyze, analyze, analyze. In the world of creation, you theorize, you imagine. What is it you do want to create? Constructive is active. Deconstructive is passive. See, these people create things. These are the people that do the impossible. These people just analyze what someone else did and go, how did they do that? How? That's impossible. How? Where's the book on that? Prove it. Show me a book. That's not possible. Well, that's what they said to Roger Maris when he broke the 4-minute mile. He didn't believe the doctors, all the people who can deconstruct, human physiology. The human physiology, says a human being can't run faster than a 4-minute mile. If they did, they theorized that the heart would blow apart. Maris, constructive person, created something and imagined he could, and he did. And then once he did, some of these people on this side said, if he can do it, I can do it. There's still other people out there trying to prove he shouldn't be doing that. This is the people looking for what's wrong. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with the world? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with everybody else? What kind of thinking is that? Look where you are. You're always going to be miserable. You're always sad. You're upset. Because the only thing you can find in life is things that are ugly. Things that are not pretty. I would call that hell. Isn't hell theoretically supposed to be an ugly place? A place of never-ending pain and suffering? If you keep looking for what's wrong, guess what your life's going to be? Never-ending pain and suffering. You may decide to date somebody. You would invite them into your world. What's wrong with you? Enter into my world into misery. No, thank you. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to live over there with you. I'd rather look for what's beautiful. What can we create together? How do you see it? Let's visualize something. Let's imagine something for us. Do you have any passion? Do you have any heart? Do you have any courage? See, over here in the world of what's wrong, it's a lot of apathy. I can't see solutions. I can find problems. But problem people, if you run a business, and I try to teach some of the people that work for me, and even my own kids and stuff like that, employees say, look, it's great. There's a problem. I'm glad you told me about it. I'm happy about that. But you also, as you're telling me about the problem, I want you to participate. Participate like in life. So what's the solution? You just can't come and bring to me problems all the time. And see, CEOs, chief executive officers, they're the ones who find solutions a lot of times to problems that the rest of the people can't solve. These guys make all the money. Why? Because they can solve problems. Steve Jobs made a lot of money. He created something called an iPhone. And he narrowed the focus of the company. Apple was getting ready to go under. I mean, they were this close to going under. Apple had 100 products. Steve Jobs said, cut all the bullshit. He narrowed it down to 4 products. A laptop and a desktop. One for office, one for personal laptop, one for office, one for personal business. 4 products, narrowed the focus, doubled down, put all the energy into 4 small products. See, if you have 100 products, your energy's all over the place. You can't get anything done. It's impossible. All this multitasking bullshit, you make your mind crazy. There's no way you can accomplish that. You'll never master anything with being spread thin. You'll never master anything with analysis paralysis. Look it up. So think about this. If your life's not going well and you're upset a lot and you have a lot of anxiety and depression, ask yourself, what are you looking for? What's right? Or what's wrong in the world? Because you'll find it. And then you'll complain about it. But complaints don't solve anything. What you need to focus is on, what is it I can appreciate? So let me show you. What it does is you use your mind to see things other people can't see. It could be this pen. And you go, Doctor, what is this, an ordinary pen? Pfft, no big deal. No, stay with the pen for a minute. What is it that I can appreciate about this pen? Isn't it fascinating that I could use this pen to write a letter to my daughters and use it, that the ink comes out of it and hits the paper, and I can write a letter to my daughters telling them how much I love them. See how I'm seeing the value in the pen? When you start seeing value in the simple things of life, you start seeing value in other people too. You can become that real estate mogul that looks at a piece of land and somebody goes, it's just a pen, it's just a piece of land. But the people who appreciate things can see, yeah, I see this piece of land, it's $1 million. And then they start imagining and visualizing and seeing more value in it. And they see it become a development where little children play, and there's houses that are built, and a community's built, and it becomes a loving community where people go. So it was only $1 million for the piece of land, and they created it, imagined it, built houses on it, sold the piece of property, everybody got more value, everyone wins, everybody got something, and they walked away with $20 million because they saw a value that you can't see. See, if you're only looking for problems, you won't ever see solutions. If you don't practice appreciating things and valuing simple things in life, you can't value your mate. You won't value your child. You won't value the moment that you're in right now. And you won't appreciate anything. When you start appreciating, appreciation is where love is. Not in complaining. When you appreciate things, then you have more to appreciate. When you complain about things, you have more to complain about. Destructive, constructive. These people create a beautiful world. These people complain about the world that is. They only look for problems. And the funny thing is, in life, there's duality. Where there's good, there's also bad. What are you looking for? The bad or the good? If you keep focusing on the good, you'll get there. Same thing in health. A lot of people think if you focus on illness, that you're going to get well. That's like focusing on drowning, trying to learn how to swim. That's like focusing on darkness, trying to find light. Really? Analyze darkness all you want. I don't think you're going to find a match in there or a candle. If you study light, all the darkness goes away. You can complain about it. It's dark in here, it's dark in here, it's dark in here. I got it. Analyze the darkness as much as you want. Go at it. You let me know when you find the solution over there by analyzing the darkness. I found the problem. It's dark. I got it. I found the problem. I'm sick. Got it. Tell me how you're going to get well. Just because you could put more labels on it. I have this condition. I have that condition. Okay. There's plenty of people in nursing homes who had a lot of conditions in their 30s and they never got rid of the problems. See, analyzing darkness, analyzing sickness does not create health. Why don't you put your mind, because you can only focus on one thing, on light. Study light. If you study light, there is no darkness. If you study health, great health, there's no sickness. It's not that hard. Are you going to be constructive, or are you going to look for problems? If you look for problems, you'll stay stuck in problems, and every person you date and meet, you'll find a problem with them, and your life's full of problems. You never solve anything because you're not looking for solutions. You're looking for problems. You're looking for what's wrong, and I call that hell. You choose how you want to think. I'm just going to make you aware of the world doesn't teach you to look for what's right, what's beautiful, what you can appreciate, but they will tell you things on the news every day of what's ugly and what's wrong. And then they try to define the problem. The funny thing is, they've been complaining for how many years, and how many solutions do they have? Zero. Because they're destructive thinkers. They're not constructive thinkers. These people always have something nice to say. These people always find problems and just complain. Solutions. Think about it. And if you've been thinking that way, just become aware of it. Forgive yourself. Make a decision today. I choose to be a constructive person. You do that by start appreciating anything and everything. If you can appreciate a pen, you'll definitely appreciate your kids. You'll definitely appreciate your car. You'll start taking care of everything. And you're just thankful for anything and everything that you have. Thanksgiving and appreciation is love, not complaining. Dr. Wood, hope this helps you out.